Welcome back to Work in the Verse. Thor here, and things are heating up as Meta Connect 2024 is just around the corner with it arriving September 25th. I'll be attending again in virtual reality, and we'll get to that just a bit later in this video, as there are lots of things to cover not only about Meta, but the overall VR/AR space. Let's get to the news of the company that hasn't necessarily dropped out, but hasn't made a lot of news, and that's Microsoft. Like so many ventures, Microsoft tends to jump in, but just as quickly jumps out if expectations aren't realized almost immediately. Often it seems that the company doesn't understand how real work gets done. Surprisingly enough, just a few weeks ago, Sadly as Bradley in the Elect, which is a Korean tech site, found out that Microsoft signed a contract with Samsung Display to produce micro OLED displays in the hundreds of thousands. The intent seems to be making devices designed for gaming and media consumption. Could this be where Microsoft powers the device with Meta's Horizon OS? It would seem to be a logical conclusion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, though, we'll have to wait and see what transpires, though, because the rumored device won't likely be available until 2026 at the earliest. In our last video, we talked about Samsung teasing the possibility of a new headset coming out later this year for developers, and it seems that there's more confirmation that this is going to likely happen. Geekbench has several performance scores for the Samsung SMI130 device, and as recently as August 28th. Although the model number doesn't jump out and say it's a VR device, it does match up with what was leaked back in January. Geekbench gets into some technical specs that aren't too revealing, but it's not too hard of a leap to assume that it's running Qualcomm's XR2 Plus Gen 2 chipset, as the specs indicate it has 6 cores running at 2.36 GHz, which matches up nicely with that. Throw in that the operating system is Android 14, so it wouldn't be surprising to see some AI features announced when this headset becomes available. We're likely to find out more at Samsung's event, which is scheduled for October 3rd, which is 1 week after Meta Connect. With Meta likely not coming out with a Quest Pro 2 headset, we'll have to see how much Samsung hypes this potential Apple Vision Pro competitor. Let's turn our focus to Meta. They're on a tear, both good and bad, but I guess when you're trying to make a splash, some will be happy getting wet and others not so much. Meta seems to be sending out some mixed messages on the software side, and that's by them closing down a development studio they purchased. Ready at Dawn, a VR studio with 20 years of history including developing God of War titles for the PSP and most recently known for Lone Echo, which was shut down by Meta in 2023, is no longer. 3 weeks ago, Meta made the announcement and offered to find openings in other divisions. But as with any shutdown of this magnitude, I wouldn't hold my breath in most of the team finding openings at Meta. Designer-director Robert Duncan made a call out to see if anyone had openings so he could help his former team land positions at other companies. As we're nearing Meta Connect 2024, which officially kicks off September 25th, we're going to start hearing more about earlier rumors such as the Quest 3S. Of course, lots of rumors about the headset with little to no confirmation from Meta, whether it be silence or accidental leaks of prototypes being captured in social media postings. Some news here that Meta is thinking of announcing headset availability comes from 91 Mobile that noticed Dekra, a global certification body, has a new listing for Meta. I'm not an expert on certifications, but I think it wouldn't be a stretch to say that this would be one of the last steps needed before selling. Will it garner enough interest with those who have been waiting to buy a headset that isn't quite as good as the 3, but better than the 2? Rumors of controllers not being available and lower quality pass-through cameras sounds like a tough sell to me. Is $100 less than a Quest 3 tempting enough? Would a deal of throwing in a hotly anticipated VR title like Batman sweeten the deal? Food for thought. I wouldn't be surprised to see some time spent on other VR headsets that will be using Meta Horizon OS. I think it'll be a difficult balancing act as Meta won't want too much competition, but at the same time, maybe we'll be getting a preview on how Horizon OS will be positioned to get others into the Meta ecosystem. As we've seen in past Meta Connect events, Mark Zuckerberg isn't going to settle on VR solutions alone, as he has come out to say that he thinks the future will be AR-related devices. Meta looks like they'll be announcing their much-hyped look into the future, Orion. 1 week prior to this announcement, Snap will be revealing their latest too. From what I can tell though, both companies will not be having anything for purchase in the near future. Products like these seem to often never see the light of day, but Meta does tend to land most of what they say in previous events. We'll talk more about that in another video. For now, let's touch on one more topic from Meta that has been getting a lot of talk, and that's their dropping future development for their Quest Pro 2 headset that had a target release date of 2027. It seems part of the decision is that the team wasn't going to be able to deliver on a headset that would be in the $1,000 price range with the OLED lenses that they wanted to use. Although disappointing, I don't think it's an indicator that Meta is going to stop trying to innovate in higher-end headsets. Along with these same rumors, Meta may be doing just that with a project codenamed Puffin, which sounds like they're trying to find ways to lighten not only the headset, but improve on visuals at the same time. Meta's looking at moving the hardware needed for processing to a puck that would then be connected to the glass portion that would be sporting OLED-type lenses. My hunch is that we may hear more about this future at Meta Connect 2024, but I would be surprised if it's more than a quick mention. I'm looking forward to attending Meta Connect 2024 September 25th. I have the link below, so if you see me, be sure to come up and say hello. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe and smash that like button. Until next time, keep working the verse.